High above the city of Cusco, where the Andes meet the sky, lies one of the greatest architectural marvels of the Inca civilization, Sacsayhuamán.
Deep inside Sacsayhuamán, something incredible has been uncovered, and it was not visible to the naked eye. Sacsayhuamán has stood for centuries, but until now, nobody could see what lies beneath its massive stone walls. Using the latest AI, researchers have uncovered hidden chambers, tunnels, and architectural marvels that have been secret for hundreds of years. Today, we're diving deep into the scans that reveal the fortress like never before. Stick around until the end. Some of these findings are absolutely unbelievable. The technology revolution in archaeology. Archaeology is changing fast. Researchers no longer rely only on shovels and brushes. Today, they have tools that were unimaginable a decade ago. Ground-penetrating radar can look meters underground. Laser scanners collect millions of data points per second. Artificial intelligence can find patterns humans might miss. These technologies are transforming the way we study the past. The global market for three-dimensional laser scanning has grown rapidly. In 2020, it was valued at over $3 billion and is expected to reach more than $16 billion by 2030. This growth shows that digital scanning works and is becoming essential. Archaeologists around the world are using these tools to solve problems that traditional methods cannot handle. At Sacsayhuamán, researchers use multiple scanning methods together. Ground-penetrating radar detects hidden chambers. Acoustic prospecting listens for cavities underground. Photogrammetry creates precise three-dimensional models from thousands of photos. Each method gives different information. When combined, they reveal a detailed view of the site. These non-invasive methods save time and protect every stone in this important location. Ground-penetrating radar reveals the invisible. Ground-penetrating radar, or GPR, is one of archaeology's most powerful tools. It sends electromagnetic pulses into the ground. When these pulses hit something different from the surrounding soil, they bounce back. By measuring the time and strength of the return signal, researchers can map hidden structures without digging. At Sacsayhuamán, the Proyecto Chincana Cusco team used GPR provided by the Swiss firm Prosec. They found distinct voids from around 60 centimeters to 2.5 meters underground. These patterns were not natural. They indicated tunnels and chambers carved centuries ago by humans. The GPR results revealed something even more impressive. The main tunnel extends approximately 1,750 meters, connecting Sacsayhuamán to the Coricancha Temple in downtown Cusco. That's over a mile of underground passage carved through solid rock and earth. The tunnel isn't straight either. The radar showed multiple branches leading to different locations, including sites called Muyumarca and Calispukio. This suggests a network far more complex than anyone previously imagined. GPR has some fascinating advantages over other detection methods. It can penetrate through rock, soil, concrete, and even water. The technology works in almost any weather condition. Modern GPR units are portable enough that a single person can carry and operate them. But here's what makes GPR truly special for archaeology. It provides immediate feedback. The operator can see results in real time on a screen as they scan, allowing them to adjust their survey strategy on the fly and focus on the most promising areas. Acoustic prospecting listens to stone secrets. Acoustic prospecting was used before the GPR scans. This technique is simple but effective. Researchers strike the ground with metal plates and listen to the echoes. Solid ground produces one sound, while hollow spaces produce another. Variations in tone, duration, and intensity indicate chambers or tunnels below. At Sacsayhuamán, the team tested the ground every 50 centimeters, creating a grid. Certain areas gave different echoes, marking possible tunnel entrances or chambers. These spots were later investigated using more advanced methods. What makes acoustic prospecting valuable is that it's incredibly cost-effective and requires minimal equipment. A skilled operator with the right tools can survey large areas quickly, identifying hotspots worthy of follow-up with expensive technologies like GPR or laser scanning. In many ways, acoustic prospecting serves as the first filter, helping researchers decide where to focus their limited time and resources. The technique has been used successfully at archaeological sites worldwide, from Egyptian tombs to medieval European castles. And now, it's revealing Inca engineering marvels. Three-dimensional laser scanning captures every detail. Three-dimensional laser scanning creates highly accurate digital models of objects and sites. Modern scanners can measure to the nearest millimeter. This allows archaeologists to capture details like chisel marks on stones hundreds of years old. The process uses LiDAR, which stands for light detection and ranging. Millions of laser pulses are fired in all directions. Each pulse returns information on position and shape, creating a dense point cloud of data. At eye.Sacsayhuamán, archaeologist Alexei Vranich combines laser scans with historical measurements. The team scanned stones at the site and compared them to 19th century records from pioneers like Léonce Engrand and Max Uhl. These records show the original positions of stones before many were removed. This combination allows digital reconstruction of the fortress. Researchers can see which stones fit together and map missing sections. They create three-dimensional models showing walls, palaces, and ceremonial structures. By merging historical records with modern technology, the full scale and complexity of Inca architecture is becoming clear. Photogrammetry turns thousands of photos into three-dimensional reality. Photogrammetry is a technique that converts ordinary photographs into detailed, three-dimensional models. Researchers take hundreds or even thousands of overlapping photos from different angles around an object or site. Special software then identifies features that appear in multiple images. By analyzing these points, the program calculates the three-dimensional position of each visible surface, creating an accurate digital model with textures and colors captured from the original photographs. At Sacsayhuamán, a researcher created a photogrammetry model of the walls using 171 photos. The software processed 168 of these images and produced a point cloud containing nearly 600 million data points. This level of detail was achieved with equipment no more complex than a digital camera and careful planning. It shows how powerful this method can be for mapping large, complex sites. The major advantage of photogrammetry over laser scanning is cost and accessibility. Laser scanners can cost tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Photogrammetry can be done with equipment most people already own, a camera and a computer. The software has become increasingly powerful and user-friendly. Free or affordable programs can now produce results that rival expensive professional scanners for many applications. This democratization of 3D capture technology means researchers with limited budgets can still create detailed digital records of archaeological sites. Artificial intelligence spots patterns humans miss. Artificial intelligence is now used to analyze archaeological scans and identify patterns humans might miss. Machine learning algorithms can process massive data sets containing billions of points, automatically flagging anomalies or shapes that suggest man-made structures. This saves enormous amounts of time compared to manual analysis. At Peru's Nazca lines, AI trained on known geoglyphs identified 303 potential new figures. Field verification confirmed 178 of these discoveries, nearly doubling the known geoglyphs in the region. Similar AI methods are applied to Sacsayhuamán, scanning hundreds of millions of points in digital models to detect possible tunnels, chambers, or structural patterns. Modern AI systems excel at specific tasks within archaeological analysis. They can differentiate between load-bearing walls and decorative elements based on subtle geometric cues. They can identify patterns suggesting tunnels or chambers beneath visible structures. They can detect areas where stone has eroded differently, potentially indicating doorways or passages that have been sealed. Some advanced systems can even predict where undiscovered structures likely exist based on patterns observed at similar sites. The key to effective AI use in archaeology is understanding its limitations. Artificial intelligence is incredibly good at pattern recognition within its training data, but it can't replace human expertise and judgment. The best approach combines AI's processing power with human archaeological knowledge. The AI flags potential discoveries, and experienced archaeologists verify those findings on the ground. This partnership between human intelligence and artificial intelligence is transforming what's possible in archaeological research. What the scans revealed about the walls themselves. Three-dimensional scans of Sacsayhuamán reveal the exact shape and placement of every stone. The data includes angles, dimensions, and surface details that cannot be seen with the naked eye. These scans allow archaeologists to study construction techniques and patterns with incredible precision. Scans show that stones were carefully shaped and fitted together using chiseling, grinding, and polishing. Small adjustments with sand and rocks created extremely tight joints, with no gaps even as small as a razor blade. Tool marks captured in the digital models reveal how Inca masons manipulated the limestone to achieve perfect alignment. Three-dimensional analysis of the wall construction has confirmed why Sacsayhuamán's walls have survived centuries of earthquakes, while later colonial buildings crumbled. The walls lean slightly inward, creating inherent stability. The irregular interlocking shapes of individual stones mean that when seismic forces shift one stone, it can move slightly within its space without the entire wall failing. The absence of rigid mortar that might crack under stress allows the structure to absorb and dissipate earthquake energy. Modern engineers studying these scan-derived insights are actually incorporating similar principles into contemporary earthquake-resistant designs. Underground chambers and hidden voids. Ground-penetrating radar has revealed extensive underground structures at Sacsayhuamán. The above-ground walls are only part of the complex. Beneath them lie tunnels, chambers, and other features hidden for 38 centuries. Some are natural formations, but many have clear geometric shapes showing human construction. One notable find is a large, flat-topped stone structure at ground level that may be the base of a buried tower or ceremonial platform. Other scans detected voids and fissures under the walls. Some areas of soil show cracks and groundwater movement, which over time could weaken the foundations of certain sections. The research team identified what they're calling the arena, a circular area in the northern part of Sacsayhuamán of high archaeological interest. GPR surveys of this location revealed multiple underground anomalies arranged in patterns that suggest deliberate construction rather than random cavities. Some researchers speculate these could be storage chambers, ritual spaces, or even burial chambers associated with the ceremonial functions of Sacsayhuamán. Excavations planned for the coming years will physically access some of these spaces to determine their actual purpose. Mapping the legendary Chincana tunnels. The most exciting discoveries involve the legendary Chincanas, a network of tunnels beneath Cusco, long mentioned in local stories. These accounts were often dismissed as legend, but ground-penetrating radar and acoustic surveys have confirmed extensive underground passages. The tunnels stretch beneath major Inca sites and show careful human construction rather than natural formations. The main tunnel runs about 1,750 meters from Sacsayhuamán to the Coricancha Temple. It is roughly 8.5 feet wide and just over 5 feet tall, requiring people to crouch while walking. The scans reveal stone-lined walls and ceilings that have remained stable for centuries, showing impressive craftsmanship despite the tight space. Multiple branch tunnels extend from the main route, connecting areas historically known as Muyumarca and Calispuquio. Estimates suggest the full underground network could reach up to 8 kilometers, though this is still preliminary. Some sections have collapsed or been deliberately sealed, likely during the Spanish conquest, suggesting the tunnels served multiple purposes, including ceremonial, strategic, and practical functions. Conservation challenges revealed by scanning. Detailed scanning has revealed structural issues at Sacsayhuamán. Cracks have appeared in the main walls, stones have shifted, and some wall sections show visible recession. The scans help identify the causes behind these problems, giving conservators data to target repairs effectively. Ground-penetrating radar detected fissures beneath the walls, where water infiltrates and dissolves soluble minerals over time. This process gradually weakens the foundations, a problem worsened by heavy rainfall during the wet season. Laboratory tests on stone samples also showed that the limestone is vulnerable to acidic conditions, such as rainwater mixed with atmospheric pollutants. The scanning data provides conservation teams with crucial information for developing preservation strategies. They now know exactly where subsurface problems exist, allowing targeted interventions rather than guesswork. They can monitor specific crack patterns over time, using precise measurements from repeated scans, quantifying whether the situation is stabilizing or deteriorating. They can model how water flows through subsurface structures and design drainage solutions to address the root causes of instability, rather than just treating symptoms. This kind of technology-assisted conservation is becoming standard practice at UNESCO World Heritage sites worldwide. The alternative is waiting until visible damage becomes severe, at which point repairs become more difficult, expensive, and potentially less effective. By catching problems early through comprehensive scanning, conservators can implement preventive measures that extend the life of these irreplaceable monuments for future generations. Digital reconstruction of lost architecture. One major use of scanning technology is digitally reconstructing Sacsayhuamán's original appearance. In the 1530s, Spanish conquistadors dismantled much of the complex, taking stones to build churches and colonial homes. Today, laser scans combined with historical chronicles allow researchers to recreate the site virtually. The Visualizing Sacsayhuamán project uses measurements of remaining stones, along with descriptions by chroniclers like Pedro de Cieza de León. The digital models show three large towers, Muyucmarca, Salakmarca, and Paucamarca, palaces, water reservoirs, and ceremonial areas. Researchers test how stones originally fit together using three-dimensional modeling software. The results are striking. Digital reconstructions depict towering walls and detailed internal structures. Virtual reality allows people to explore rooms that no longer exist, experience the spatial layout, and understand the full scale of Inca architecture. These reconstructions help both scholars and the public appreciate the sophistication and planning of the fortress. Future discoveries waiting to be revealed. The scanning work at Sacsayhuamán is far from complete. Excavations planned for 2025 and beyond will use scan data to guide digs precisely. Instead of random excavations, researchers can focus on areas with confirmed underground structures, increasing the chances of meaningful discoveries. The Proyecto Chincana Cusco has identified 9 primary excavation points along the main tunnel route. Some are currently inaccessible, but the team is developing methods to reach sealed passages. Historical accounts suggest these tunnels may contain ceremonial objects, hidden treasures, or sacred spaces used for rituals. Future scanning technology will continue improving. Smaller, lighter, and more powerful equipment, combined with advanced AI, can process massive data sets more efficiently. Integrating multiple scanning methods, radar, laser, photogrammetry, and thermal imaging into unified workflows will provide detailed, multi-layered views. The knowledge gained here can be applied to other Inca sites and archaeological projects worldwide, creating a foundation for future research and preservation. AI and advanced scanning technology have peered through the massive walls of Sacsayhuamán and revealed a hidden world that storytellers have whispered about for generations. Underground tunnels snaking beneath ancient Cusco, chambers and voids that hint at lost architecture. Construction techniques so sophisticated they're informing modern engineering, and conservation challenges that need urgent attention to preserve these monuments for future generations. What do you think these tunnels and underground chambers were primarily used for? Drop your theories in the comments.